It took him minutes to sign a restraining order. That's how long it took a federal judge to decide that the executive order that Trump signed just a few hours ago, redefining birthright citizenship after 130 years of established jurisprudence, well, that executive order is in fact unconstitutional. In fact, he called it, to be precise, blatantly unconstitutional, and added that he couldn't understand how a member of the bar could even define an executive order like that constitutional. Now, I want to point out that this is only a TRO, a temporary restraining order, which means two things. Number one, that the arguments that both parties presented before the judge were not the full arguments. They just tried to point out that either it enacted or it not enacted would prove irreparably harmful, and that either party had a better chance than the other one to win on full arguments. But we don't have the full arguments right now. And number two, it is not definitive. It is a temporary restraining order. It will last for 14 days, after which the judge will hear the parties again and will make a full decision on the merits of the executive order itself. The arguments, unsurprisingly, were in line with what I suspected they would be. They hinged around the concept of subject to the jurisdiction of the United States present in the 14th Amendment. But the DOJ couldn't really make a strong case, and the judge even pointed it out. Now, the fact that they don't have a strong argument could mean one of two things, or maybe both. Number one, they really don't have a strong argument, or number two, the government right now is relying on higher courts to lean on whatever case they can make. And the highest court in the land is, of course, the Supreme Court. Because make no mistake, this case will end before the Supreme Court. How will or would the court decide? Well, it's hard to tell, but considering what happened in the last few years with the bench, it is not impossible to think that they might overrule their own 130 years decision-making. However, considering how incredibly weak the government's arguments have been so far, if they continue in this direction, I would say that their likelihood of succeed right now are fairly low. Regardless of all this, this is certainly a setback for the Trump administration that started its work with a swing and a miss.